Good afternoon, everybody. Colin here with Techout, making a follow-up video to the video I made a day or two ago about the eBay buyer and my phone. So looks like I am going to have another issue with a buyer here. So this buyer has opened a return for a phone he's claiming doesn't work or is defective. And so on my listings, I don't offer returns just because I don't deal with it. But for those of you unfamiliar with eBay, you can always open a return case for an item that you claim is defective. So if I did offer returns, you can go in there and say, I don't want the item anymore, and return it. No issues. If you don't offer returns, the buyer has to go in there and actually choose that the item doesn't work or is defective. Now, there are buyers out there that will use that reason and try to make something so they can return an item they don't want and do a buyer's remorse return by misusing the eBay money back guarantee. So this buyer is saying that the phone is faulty, that multiple apps crash and are not working as intended. Text messages sometimes stuck on sending. So he's claiming that it has problems with Wi-Fi and 4G and 5G. Well, Wi-Fi and 4G and 5G are two different things in the phone. So for them to both actually have issues at the same time like that, very unlikely. And I've used this phone. Also, for those of you that don't follow the channel and might be finding this video through the eBay, search or something, whatever you're looking up. I review phones. This isn't a phone that I've, beat on for a year and I'm selling it as used. This phone was used for about a day or two, and at the time I'm making this video right now has only been out for about 2 months. So it's a brand new phone basically. And we're going to take a look at his pictures here in a minute. So he's saying the phone's GPS does not work properly, making Google Maps unusable, and excuse me, that the phone screen is stuck at 30 to 60 hertz for Google apps like Chrome when it should be at 120 hertz. We'll get to that in a second in his pictures. None of these issues are present on his old phone, so clearly this phone has problems. Well, your old phone's not this phone. So if we look at this, his Google Maps right here, location accuracy is low. It's asking him to calibrate, and as we can see, he's inside right now. So obviously GPS accuracy in a building or a house, depending on what the structure is made of, is going to affect your GPS. So that right there in and of itself doesn't show me that the phone has any issues. Location was working just fine when I was using it. My GPS worked just fine. All he has to do is probably hit that calibrate button and it'll be just fine. But he never mentioned trying that or anything. Second, he told me in messages outside this right here that his Discord wouldn't load. Well, you showing me a Discord channel that's empty doesn't show me that the phone is defective. It shows up here that you have 2,000 notifications, so clearly something on your Discord is loading. Not a problem with that. That's not my problem. I can't help your third-party apps. And then right here, he's showing me that the screen is only working at 30 and 60 hertz. Well, for anybody that knows anything about phones with adaptive refresh rate displays, this display does not run at 120 hertz constantly. When you're on a static image like this, which clearly he is because he's not touching the phone, he's taking a picture of it, the screen, as you can see here, it looks like on this one it was at 30 frames a second or 30 hertz because it was sitting here, and then he scrolled down and it jumped up to 60, and he didn't scroll very far, so it wasn't going to go up that much. The screen changes refresh rates. I believe on the OnePlus 11 it can go anywhere from 1 hertz to 120 hertz or 10 hertz to 120 hertz. I forget which one it is. But it doesn't stay at 120 hertz all the time. That's going to absolutely trash your battery life. So this is absolute normal behavior for the device. This is exactly how it's supposed to work. And not all apps. He told me again in a message that YouTube did not run at 120 hertz, and some of his mobile games didn't run at 120 hertz. That is completely normal. YouTube does not support 120 hertz on any device. That's the YouTube app. And not all mobile games are optimized for new phones like this to run at 120 hertz. So even while the phone supports it, you still have to be using an application that supports it. And that has absolutely nothing to do with the device I sold you. And if you look in these pictures, you can see right here he has 5G and he has full bars. In this picture he has 5G and he has full bars. Now this was at 4:15. One of these pictures, yeah, this one right here is at 11:44, so it's totally different time. As you can see here, he still has full bars, and he has a full Wi-Fi signal. Looks like he's either on Wi-Fi 5 or 6. I can't tell what the number is right there, but there's a number right there for the Wi-Fi version. So full signal strength in all these pictures, and he's trying to claim that the device has issues with Wi-Fi and 4G, 5G, which clearly it does not. Clearly the phone is connected to a network just fine. So we'll get the device back. I'll check it out. I am going to dispute this with eBay because I can't tell from the pictures. I did send this phone with a screen protector on it, which I do have evidence of, and the buyer even states in the messages that I think he may have taken it off. So if he took it off and returns the phone, that right there should be an automatic win for me if eBay does the right thing, because he altered the state of the device before sending it back, and that's going to put increased wear and tear on it. Sounds petty, but when you're dealing with stuff like this, that's how you have to be. You can't let people use your stuff for 2 weeks and then start wanting to claim random things like this when the phone's working perfectly fine and return it. So hopefully when I get it back, I can show this to eBay, show them that the device is working as intended, and that the buyer most likely simply just didn't want the device anymore, and is trying to use this to do a eBay money back guarantee return as a defective device when the device is working as intended. So hopefully eBay does the right thing and will step in and side with me when I show them that everything's working as it should, and that the buyer shouldn't have been able to return this. If you guys have any suggestions, if you guys are eBay sellers and have gone through this before, let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. If the device is in good condition, I'm just going to go ahead and relist it. I'm still going to dispute it with eBay because I don't think people should be able to take advantage of the system like this. I did explain to the buyer multiple times in messages that the phone was working as intended. I even sent him links to other websites showing that the YouTube app doesn't support 120 hertz and that this was complete intended operation of the device. And after that, he still decided to return it. So knowing from that the device worked properly, and he still used those reasons to return it, shows me that he's just he doesn't want the device anymore, and he's using those as a reason to do a buyer's remorse return under a defective reasoning. Once again, I'm calling with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Have a great day.